Last week, for my new 3D platformer, I made a main character, who you all did a fantastic job of coming up with names for. A lot of these I'm actually going to use for other little characters in the game, but for the main character, I think Puddle is a very nice fit. Thank you to Chelsea Grind on Instagram for that one. He is currently stuck in this A pose though, so this week I want to get him playable in Unreal Engine. After playing around with an outline shader for a bit, I started by extruding bones along the side profile of Puddle's body, and gave him some unique ones for his ears, hat and scarf. I could be using Blender's default Rigify add-on here, and I think it's actually very clean and easy to use, but I generally steer away from Rigify with models at this lower poly count, because there's a lot of extra detail that Rigify gives you that I'd need to remove. Now, it does let you do that pretty easily, and you can add extra bones and specify what part of the body it's meant to move like, but it still generates a load of bonus controls that I won't use, and this way will make weight painting nicer too. I'm basically just making a slightly modified version of the rig from the Joey Carlino rigging setup for beginners video here, so if you're curious about IKFK setup hierarchies, that's the place to go. I've also made sure to add one single root bone that all the other bones are in some way parented to, as otherwise Unreal Engine sees it as an invalid rig. A tiny bit of weight painting later, and I could start with a simple animation, which for me is always going to be an idol. I start all my animations by moving the hips first, and working my way up towards the shoulders and then the arms and the head. Legs won't be too important here, as we can let the IK controls on the feet do all the work for us by adding a bit of bounce to the knees. Once I have something that's timed nicely, I then go in and offset each element of the body. This means each section in the spine has its keyframes shifted one frame after the section beneath it, and this carries through into the head and down into the arms as well. This adds what's known as overlapping action, and in practice it makes everything feel a bit more floppy, especially once I've added some motion to the ears as well, which for now I think I'm going hanky instead of relying on physics, but that might change. I then get to work on a run animation, which I take reference from this one in Klonoa 2, but end up kinda doing my own thing with it. I'm not sure if this is going to be the exact animation in the final game, as I don't think it's by any means perfect, but you can see I'm using the same techniques for overlapping action on the hat and ears here. It just gives it a bit more bounce, which is how I think Puddle would move around. I drag these animations into Unreal Engine and set up a blend space, which smoothly transitions animations based on different variables. In my case, I want to have it so that as you walk faster, Puddle switches between his idle and his run animation. Obviously, there's a lot more that I want to add movement-wise, but this is enough of the start that I can begin incrementally adding new animations and abilities, which is my plan for the next week, so I hope to see you then.